This video is sponsored by PokedownStore.com, the best place for you to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Looking for that specific code card to complete your deck or just to open up some packs, they have it all. From Darkness Ablaze, Champions Path, you name it. Look at the huge variety that they offer. Also, this video is sponsored by cardmarket.com. This is a platform I personally use every day, and this is for European players to purchase and sell cards all across Europe, and they have lots of good stuff on here. You can actually open up an account and start selling yourself or buy a fantastic amount of products from people all across Europe. So definitely check out both of my sponsors, PokedownStore.com as well as Card Market. And as a little addition, if you go to Pokedown Store, you can use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% of your next order. So definitely do so. You'll help me out a ton. What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG deck profile video on my channel. We are still discovering new archetypes from Vivid Voltage coming out in about 4 weeks time. So the next archetype here is going to be Coalossal VMAX. I talked about it before in the top 20 best cards from Vivid Voltage. Definitely check that video out if you haven't already. This is a new fighting archetype that is actually pretty good because it only needs 1 energy to dish out a significant amount of damage, and you have ways to buff up your HP like never before. So first off, we're going to be relying on Oranguru with the Primate Wisdom. We're actually going to be needing that specific ability to put an energy on top of our deck so we can actually slap a significant amount of damage with Coalossal VMAX. We're going to go to Coalossal VMAX very quickly here. As you can see here, it actually has the Eruption Blast, being able to slap 40 damage and discard the top card of your deck. If that is an energy card, you slap 90 more, and then you can also accelerate that energy to this Pokemon. So reminds me a little bit about of the Macargo GX, but this is actually very nice because 120 damage, if you consider weakness, automatically one-hit KOs Eternatus V. It doesn't one-hit KO the VMAX, but that doesn't even concern us at the slightest because we can two-shot that, or sometimes when you stay alive turn after turn, you can actually one-hit KO with G-Max Volcanite. That is actually its second attack, and the good news is that we also have ways to actually buff up our HP. Our massive HP of 330 can even become higher. We have buff padding, as you can see on the screen right here, which lets us get 50 extra HP, so that's going to be 380. Now, Stone Fighting Energy actually makes sure that if the opponent slaps into us, they actually dish out 20 less damage for every Stone Fighting Energy attached to your Fighting type Pokemon. So it's going to be a gigantic monster, and the opponent will probably not be able to one-hit KO them, and you can use Eruption Blast a couple of times, and out of nowhere you're going to be able to use that second attack because you're going to be able to accelerate those energies. So that's why it's very crucial that you use Oranguru to put the energy on top of the deck. So what else is in a list like this? We also have Coalossal V. That's not a very good attacker. It smacks 90 and burns the opponent's Pokemon with 1 for the first attack. Now its second attack only slaps like a 180 vanilla if I'm looking at it right here. So never going to be able to use that. We're going to be going to the VMAX instantly, and that's how this archetype will thrive because you're going to be staying alive turn after turn. We have cards like Mallow Lana healing 120 damage from our Pokemon. We have Hyper Potion healing 120 damage from our Pokemon. I know we have to discard 2 energies, which happens after you use the first attack because you're going to be accelerating the energy, and then afterwards you can discard it again and attach 1 energy. So it will work out. So in theory, you're going to be able to heal 240 damage from your Coalossal VMAX. You have Stone Fighting Energy reducing damage done to you, and you have buff padding as well. So a very, very tanky archetype, and Coalossal VMAX only needs 1 energy to dish out damage. So that's why very similar like with Donphan, we need a high amount of Boss's Orders and also Great Catcher, because I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but the fighting types have it good. You can punish bench sitters, for instance the Dene GX, you can punish Crobat V on the bench, you can punish Eternatus V if you like go first. You can immediately punish like Eternatus V on the bench when it's only having 1 energy, just get rid of the threat entirely. So fighting types are becoming good, and also a good thing I love about this archetype is like you're using a 3-prizer, but if you want to use a 2-prizer, you can. We have Galarian Sirfetch'd V, which has the ability very similar like Heatran GX or Tapu Koko GX did before it. It can absorb the energies, and only fighting type energies for that matter. So out of nowhere, Galarian Sirfetch'd, like you attack with Coalossal V, the Coalossal VMAX slapping 120, very nice. Afterwards, the turn after that, you already have 2 energies in play, you attach one of the turn, you switch, and Galarian Sirfetch'd V can actually slap 200. 200 with 120 actually slaps 320, which is a good number, one-hitting KOing almost all VMAX except for like Coalossal VMAX, Eternus VMAX, Snorlax VMAX. Those are like a tier on themselves, but the standard ones like Lapras VMAX and all that, you definitely one-hit KO that. Also, the fighting type, have it good because you also hit weakness against Pikarom. If people still trying out Pikarom, they're gonna be like crying in the corner because 120 times 2 is 240. Perfect for our numbers. What else is in this list? A reset stamp. Putting the opponent to a low hand size while you're sitting there with a huge monster that is not going down anytime soon is awesome. You can also hit bigger numbers with relying on Martial Arts Dojo. That is our stadium of choice. I've seen a lot of Japanese players looking at Macargo from Celestial Storm in the standard format in the Western world. That has been rotated, so that's why we're opting to go for 4 Orangurus. So for the Pokemon wise, 4 Orangurus, you always want that Oranguru or your damage output will be very low. Also 1 Crobat and 1 Dedenne, sometimes you're dead drawing and stuff, you definitely want to get out of that nasty scenario. These are perfect ways to do that. If you have a Coalossal VMAX in hand and you don't want to discard it, go for Crobat. If you just want to discard everything in your hand, go for Dedenne. If you're looking for that Boss Zors in the late game, or maybe your Mallow Lana to survive one more hit, those are cards to dig through the deck. What else is in this list? Well, glad you asked. We're going to be relying on the Rotom Phone, a new card from the Champions pad set. And that Rotom Phone is actually very interesting because it allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one and put it on top of the deck. So that could be very nice to draw stuff out with Oranguru. You don't need Stellar Wish in this list because you can simply use Rotom Phone. Oh, there's a supporter right there. Put the supporter on top, use Oranguru to swap the supporter, and boom, you are out of that reset stamp or Marnie in no time. Also very nice using Rotom Phone. If you don't have access to your Oranguru, you can use Rotom Phone. Maybe you can swap it around, playing 4 Rotom Phones and only 3 Orangurus, but I love starting with Oranguru because then you can safely set up a Coalossal on the bench and the opponent doesn't slap into it. Always nice to see that. So Rotom Phone is also allowing you to put the energy on top so you can use that crazy attack, of course, of the Eruption Blast Coalossal VMAX. Okay, what else can we talk about in this list? We already talked about all the Pokemon in there. I do love Galarian Sirfetch'd. I think I underrated it a little bit in the top 20 because flying into the active position while staying alive is very good in this archetype. I've seen a lot of Japanese players opted to go for the Galarian Sirfetch'd, and I couldn't agree further. Yeah, it's perfect in this deck because you attack, you accelerate in energy thanks to the attack of Coalossal VMAX. Then you have 2 energies in play on the turn. After that, you can, if you want, strike with a 2-price Pokemon instead of a 3-price Pokemon. So I do love the fact there, and it can also absorb those Stone Fighting energies because it does state like the Fighting energy and Stone Fighting energy is a Fighting energy while attached. So that's also a question out of the way here. What else do I love in this list? The consistency. You have like 4 Quick Ball, 2 Communication, 2 Great Ball, so finding like a Dedenne or a Crobat or maybe your Coalossal early on will be easy as pie. Other than that, 4 Research, 4 Marnie is like the standard in almost every deck, but the added consistency thanks to Oranguru and the Rotom Phone will allow you not to dead draw and get out of nasty situations. We are running also 1 copy of the Air Balloon. I do find like Air Balloon is perfect for Oranguru as a pivot. Sometimes your Coalossal VMAX gets one-shotted, and that sometimes happens if yeah, a Bladeable Cephalon is a little bit lucky. But you can promote an Oranguru safely and then you can retreat it because of the Air Balloon. So 3 switches and 1 Air Balloon. Also these Air Balloons is necessary if you want to get Galarian Sirfetch'd. You can like promote Oranguru and then switch around like that. So what else? The Mallow Lana is very significant in this list. If you want, you can also put in an Eldegoss V. I tested with Eldegoss V as well, but I opted to go for like a Crobat over the Eldegoss. I think that was like, I want to have extra consistency in this list, seeing as we're not running Jirachi at all, and you don't want to like have like attached paths and don't have anything. If they like Marnie you, you're done for because you're a stage 1, you're a VMAX Pokemon, so that's why we opted to go for that. What else is, yeah, the buff padding is just very fantastic in this list. You can put it on your Coalossal V or your Coalossal VMAX because they have a 4 retreat cost, and adding the HP with 50 extra HP is awesome. Your opponent will be facing off against a 380 HP fighting type Pokemon, and the damage done to it is reduced for every Stone Fighting energy, which is so awesome. Also, talking about the stadium card of choice is Martial Arts Dojo. You can dish out a 10 extra damage, could be significant, and if you're behind in prize cards, you actually slap 40 more damage. So that's going to be a damage output of 160 for one single energy. That 2 shots, a lot of VMAXs. Just putting that out there, that is very, very nice. So this list is all about 1 energy attacking, 1 energy attacking, Mallow Lana, Hyper Potion, 1 energy attacking, Sirfetch'd coming out of the bench out of nowhere, and going from there. So this is the list I came up with for now. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Vivid Voltage deck profiles. If you are a fan of these, be sure to let me know by destroying that like button. Let me know what you think about Coalossal VMAX. Will it be the nail in the coffin for Eternity's VMAX? Will it be popular? Is it better pre-rotate, like in the Japanese format with the Macargo? I want to hear your opinions down below. Also, I'm going to be giving away a coupon code for €5. That's of course for card market, European players. You can sell cards there as well as purchase cards, and the code will now come on the screen in about 1, 2, 3, poof, there it is. You can find it over there. Just claim it. It's for 1 person. Let me know if you are the lucky person that claimed the code, and let me know what you're gonna buy on card market with it. Also, yeah, that's it for this video. I'm gonna be doing more deck profile videos, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. I'm putting a lot of Vivid Voltage content on the channel lately, so hopefully you guys are a fan of that. If you enjoy the content, you know what to do. Share the video around with your friends and family, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video very, very shortly. I'm out. Coalossal is awesome. Peace.